Hello, my friends. This is a regularly scheduled live stream. We do these every weekend on a Sunday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we're on a little bit later than 8, but between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. And we're starting to do these sporadically throughout the week. There's two ways that you can ask questions on these live streams. Um, the first way, live on the stream in the chat, you must be a member of our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders, in order to do that. That's $50 a month, gets you the supporter badge and access to ask questions. The other way is as one of our paid subscribers on the website, Tarot for Traders. Any one of our subscriptions includes within it the Discord live stream questions channel, where people ask questions throughout the week, and on the next available live stream, they're answered. Those are the two ways, and I'll show you guys how to get those subscriptions at the end of the video. They've got game-changing services, which I'll mention throughout the video. So what we're going to cover, if you're new to the channel, on these live streams, we always cover SPY, or the S&P 500. We always cover Bitcoin, and then we take questions and answers. Or we do questions and answers, but in some cases we'll add a stock or a ticker or something like that. So this week what we're going to do is we're going to do SPY, Bitcoin, and QUBT before getting into any of the questions. It's still some pretty choppy stuff, but as far as the March reading is concerned, we were a little bit early. We had the possibility of it, if like an alternate possibility of it being on the 26th and it being on the 26th. Well, technically we weren't. I mean, like it's almost the same price level, right? So in any case, we had it as an alt. As far as the lows are concerned, not our best either. We had lows, or actually no, we nailed the lows. The 11th, I have it for the 10th or the 11th for the lows for the month. And then also there's this higher price level up here. But sometimes when you have like a really, really strong trend in one direction, like overarching macro trend, the highs will get kind of like slanted to the downside. And also with readings, the time frames on the edges, often a big move like that at the very edge of a reading will kind of like be canceled out. If you've been following along, you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, this is looking pretty solid. There's one more day, so my sense is that we rally. Either we gap up and rally, or we rally higher in the morning, and then that rally turns over and we end up at revisiting lows, which I don't have indicated, but anybody who's got the early access subscription with the Discord trade alerts was on point and knows my thoughts ahead of time. It says right here in the drawing, open short, open long, and open short and long, March lowest low again. All right, so that's looking pretty solid. And then when we get into April, there's probably a pretty big move here based on these stones. I think probably there's a lot of price change, and we have that indicated in the chart. A lot of price change probably like into the start of the day, like over the weekend, or it could be during the day. It's hard to say. But this is looking pretty much on point. And then I want people to be careful because we've got this unicursal hexagram here, which is likely talking about a sharp drop into lows. And it's going to be some whipsaw action going on here. There's probably a prominent peak of some kind, and then lows for the month here before we get really bullish. So we're like technically like establishing support, but be careful, guys. That unicursal and that ace of discs, like they could be really, really ugly. The unicursal is stacked on top of the gain card for those of you that can't see. So that sideways rotation, big move higher, probably creating the point at which the unicursal drop starts from there on the second. So if you're just hopping on, guys, we're just going through what we're expecting tomorrow for SPY and kind of like over the next 2 weeks. This is all stuff that if you've got the early access subscription, you've already seen it. It's been posted for a while now. And if you're new to the channel, what we're actually going to cover next is Bitcoin and QUBT. Then we get into questions and answers. The questions and answers, there's two ways to do that. Be a member of our YouTube channel for $50 a month, unlimited questions, or be a subscriber on one of our websites subscriptions. It gives you access to the Discord live streams question channel. Those are the only two ways. I'll show you guys how to get those subscriptions at the end of the video because they've got the game-changing services for trading if you're serious about trading this stuff. All right, guys, so let's get the right chart on here. Oh, I'm not in Bitcoin, no wonder. Bitcoin has been really tricky, guys. So far for the year, I've been really on point as far as like the greater, these larger ellipses are based on a 1 year chart, so they're a lot broader. But I pretty much nailed those. We were doing pretty well on the 1 months, but looks like we were a bit missed a couple things here. An entry, and it looks like we were early on the exit too, or too low in price level on the exit. So that'll happen, guys. But when there is an ellipse that doesn't pan out, it becomes a fail. I leave it there. I put it in gray so that we have an honest reflection of our accuracy, which even with this fail here is still pretty solid, guys. I mean, anybody that follows the channel knows that. More solid than any technical analyst just using technical analysis, that's for sure. So the cryptos are actually looking kind of like they're running the opposite through April. They're going to be running the opposite of what the stocks are going to do. So right off the bat, guys, stocks are definitely way more bullish than crypto in the month of April. The Bitcoin 1 month, the Bitcoin April reading is a little bit different than a lot of the other crypto. So my sense is that it's running a different pattern than a lot of the alts. So that might be because there's more money going into crypto or vice versa, something like that. But we got those lows there on the 3rd, which likely like a good short-term exit if you wanted to get into, like, look for a lot of decline and then the establishment of support. And when you see the establishment support after a lot of decline, likely off of a peak that stands out, you can open up a long position, partial. If we go lower the following day, which we might, I don't think so, but we might, then I would say add to that long position. You should be able to close out when we revisit a crest somewhere here between the 4th and the 5th. And there's a bunch of other trades, guys. Obviously, if you've got the monthly access subscription, then you're all over that stuff. We cover Bitcoin on the monthly access subscription, along with a bunch of other tickers in crypto, day-by-day sequence of chart events. All right, so we've covered, if you're just hopping on, we've covered SPY, we've covered Bitcoin. You can take a look. Well, matter of fact, let me look at Bitcoin a little closer here. Now that we're within... I'm going to update those chart ellipses. Oh, that's QUBT. If you're just joining us, we're about to cover a bit more of Bitcoin, and then we're going to get into QUBT, and then we'll answer any questions that people left in the live streams Discord channel, any questions that are on the chat. So we didn't come in, we came in short, like I said, but in either case, some price swings here the last day of the month. And then when we get into April, reversal. Yeah, there's still more decline, guys. So likely this low that I was picking up on is going to take place over here. Oop. This will be where we see the April lowest low, most likely, or one of them. Lowest low thus far. Oop. I put 331 there because on the chart it's already that day. But probably somewhere in here. Might even see it more than once. And this is where you could open partial longs. I'm just going to put P for partial. We'll use P for partial, guys. Open partial long. And if you're just hopping on, this is an example of our chart drawings, our live trading view chart drawings that people with for Bitcoin have our monthly access subscription. Usually we're on point, but when we're not, I gray them out. I leave them there so people can see the accuracy. Not a great trading month, March, but a lot of the other ones were pretty solid. So, you know, it's not going to be every month. Even so, anybody that follows knows we're really solid on accuracy for the most part. And so what we're expecting is this move that could be all the way the heck up here. I think I'm going to bring it down a bit based on the possibility it might just tip there, but I'm shooting for something here. That would be 106, 107 or something like that. That would be awesome. Let me see how high it goes. I think probably 106, 107 is too high. Maybe not. There should be a pretty good move. Oh, I hate it when it does this while I'm live streaming. Moves all of my stuff around. Come on, why did it do that? Sorry, guys. My monitors like went out for a second, and for whatever reason, it doesn't put everything back the way it was before it goes out. Yeah, because the probability of this high on the 1 year chart, it comes out this far, but it's much more higher probability in here in this range, just to be clear. All right, let's take a look at QUBT, and then we'll answer any questions. All right, guys, so for March, we were pretty spot on for March. Opening longs here in this little ellipse. I thought maybe there'd be opportunity to add to it, but there wasn't. Even so, that this was like, you know, part based on the 1 year chart reading, and then the smaller ones and darker ones where they overlap is like the higher probable, most high probable location where you see the reversal. And so we nailed that. We came up into the range of the highs here as well. And reason why it was difficult for me to determine, like I have alternate here on the 18th, I have an alternate here on the 27th, but likely the highest of them was going to be on the 24th. And you can see on the 24th, we nailed that high from the candlestick point of view, and from the wick point of view, the alternates came in pretty solid. We had a wick there on the 18th, and we had a wick there on, what did I say, on the 27th? Not quite. Was the day off there. Even so, this was a really solid trade for anybody that got in on these timings. And so I know someone has a long position in QUBT that expires on the 4th. I think probably they're gonna that's really risky business, man. I would probably just close. What happened to my monitor? I would probably just close out. Um, Let me see. I don't know why my monitors are acting up right now. I would wait till Tuesday, and no matter what happens on Tuesday, if I was in your situation, I would exit out. You're playing it way too close to the chest, B. You know who you are. Playing it way too close to the chest to risk it. Be smart, protect capital. You might miss a big move to the upside, but it's not worth the risk because you're talking about options that, if left out of the money, are going to evaporate, and it's only going to get higher pressure on your decision making abilities, or your decision making processor is only going to see more and more pressure the closer you get to that expiration on the 4th. You do not want to be holding those the day. You want to get out of those on Monday, like maybe Tuesday, pushing it, probably Tuesday. I wouldn't wait past Tuesday. I definitely wouldn't. You're playing it too close to the chest, my friend. Just look for another entry, and really what your next trade is, what you should do is you should look for this move to the upside here on the 3rd. We'll break through key resistance out of a trough or lowest low thus far. We're going to break through key resistance or key technical price level on a multi-day scale. We'll break through it momentarily. When we break through that momentarily, that's where you want to enter into a short position. You'll close that short position as early as the 7th, if not the 7th, then the 8th. And that'll get you your gains back. Remember, it's not worth being stubborn. Don't risk it when you're that close to the chest, my friend. We want to get you in the game, not out of the game. So just take the cash at a good opportune moment following the sequence of chart events. So on Tuesday, most likely. And then you'll be able to reposition it and get that money back in a properly timed entry and exit. Hopefully that makes sense, my friend. But in any case, I've got ones that are expiring on the 17th. I'm already sweating. I could have exited here, I could have exited here, but I was expecting it to be possibly higher, and definitely expecting higher price levels in April. However, it's in the second half of the month, so I need to be very careful myself that I don't get caught in these options that expire because I held it too close to the chest. I like to get out within several weeks before the expiration when possible. It's you got to understand your decision making abilities, guys. Nobody thinks about that, especially people who don't know anything about the stock market. It's not about knowing up and down. It's about knowing self. It's not about knowing when to buy and when to sell. It's about knowing your risk tolerance and what you can afford to risk, not when to risk it, but how much can you afford to risk? What happens when you put that money in? How does your decision making ability change? Because it changes it's very different when there's money in there, and the closer you are to that risk tolerance, or the further past your level of risk tolerance that you should be, the higher pressure, the more scarcity mentality thoughts come into play. It's just an awful, awful place to be. You never, ever want to be there. Don't risk it, my friends, because you're not going to be thinking clearly by the time you get close to that expiration. I've been trading options for 20 years. I'm telling you, my friends, please. I made that mistake way too many times. All right, so let's get into the Q&A here. If you're just hopping on, guys, we covered SPY, we covered Bitcoin, we covered QUBT. If you missed those, you can always, when the live stream ends, you can always click on the link and go to the front of the video and watch those. Now we're doing the Q&A. There's two ways that you can ask questions. For those of you that are new, you need to go to the YouTube channel Tarot for Traders and click on the join button, become a supporter, and that for $50 a month gets you unlimited questions on the live streams. Or if you have one of the paying subscriptions on our website Tarot for Traders, you have access to the Discord channel where people drop questions in for the live streams there. Guys, if you're planning on trading this information, you must have one of these services. Do not try and trade this information based on the public videos and based on just don't, because those are guides of expectations to prove that extrasensory perception can be used practically and that it exists. It's entertainment. It's a lot more complicated to trade this information than you'll think. You'll probably look for price levels complete opposite of what you should be doing. So don't make the mistakes and learn the mistakes benefit from me learning from those mistakes. And the way to do that is to go to the website Tarot for Traders, hover over Order Now, click on subscriptions. Early access gets you all of our public posts come out on our Discord channel early, so it gets you the earliest access to any of our public posts. It gets you the Discord trade alerts for day trading. This is live Discord trade alerts for day trading and swing trading, and then it also gets you the chart drawings for SPY, which for the most part we're pretty much spot on, guys. Where's my SPY? So Mercury retrograde threw us off a little bit, but for the most part, these are solid, and we do this in real time. When we update, we will send out an alert on Discord so people know to go and look. And that's only $100 right now. That's probably going to be $200 come like the second half of April. Monthly access gets you access to the monthly access, like the Bitcoin and the QUBT readings that we just looked at. It gets you readings like that with day-by-day sequence of chart events for all of these crypto and ticker symbols on a monthly basis, day-by-day sequence of chart events with the highs and the lows predicted to the day. Usually right, not always. And it gets you Discord trade alerts and chat channels for all of those tickers in crypto right here. Look at all these channels. And a general chat channel, ask whatever questions whenever. See, like, are you still expecting a dip in gold? We're going to get into these in just a moment. Total access is the next step and the premium subscription, and it gets you the Discord trade alerts for all of these tickers. If there's a trade alert, we're adding information to a lot of these tickers because they came out. The videos came out prior to us adding Discord, so we've got some catch up to fill in some gaps. But as things come out, they're getting added here. Like PLTR is coming out very, very soon. QBTS it probably just came out yesterday. Ton of stuff, guys. So monthly access is 300 right now. That's going up. Total access is 500 a month. That's going up significantly, guys. If you have the lower price levels, when the prices go up, you'll keep the lower price levels for the lifetime of the subscription. We likely aren't going to see these levels on our on our Black Friday deal. Most likely, we'll not even see them for Black Friday. Hey, AV. All right, so let's get into these questions here. Live stream questions. Will Tesla go to 2,600 in 5 years, as Kathy Wood forecasts? I'm interested. What else is Kathy Wood saying? Because my sense is that Tesla isn't looking so hot the 1 year for 2025. But I'm starting to pick up on some whiffs that they're going to go into like riderless car sharing or something, riderless like cabs and stuff, like a fleet of like that of Teslas or something like that. I'm starting to pick up on that. I think I picked up on that a long time ago, and it kind of like went dormant, but I'm starting to see that again. Let's see the multi-year reading for Tesla. Oh, that's not multi-year. Tesla, another ticker that we cover on a day-by-day basis, chart behavior, predicting the highs and lows and giving you the best trades that we see as part of the monthly access subscription. A lot of you probably haven't seen a multi-year reading because we don't go into them so often. Oh, it just did that again with my screen. My God, that is so annoying. Why does it keep doing that? Ugh. Sorry, guys. It's good old retrograde. So ridiculous. It keeps doing that. All right, so the multi-year here. This was done 12/25/24. Wait a second. What? No, originally this, and I was like, that seems like not too long ago. The original shuffle file for this. Yeah, the shuffle file was created in 2022, so I probably lost those files, and then I had to come in and like copy it. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. I copied this from the video, because I lost the file somehow. But in any case, so what we're seeing is a completion of a rally in 2025. So yeah, this does look bearish, and it looks like we go into a multi-year trough for Tesla in 2026 through multiple supports. But I think we kind of like established the bottom end of a range there, and it kind of creates like a there's a dip into the bottom end of a multi-year range and then a move to the upside after we've established support with sideways rotation to move to the upside by the end of this 10-year period. Probably a higher price level in 2020 in the 2020 or excuse me in the 2030 to 2039 decade. Guys, if you're interested, you can actually order a multi-year reading. This is one of our least or lowest priced services. You go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over custom readings, or hover over order now, click on custom readings. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. The multi-year reading right here, click here to order. These are 150. This is probably going up in price too, come the end of April. And right now you can order 2020 to 2029, 2030 to 2039, 2040 to 2049. These are year by year charts. So do I see that happening? Not really, no. Well, let me see. Let me look at the chart. Oh my God, it did it again. This is so absurd. Why is it doing this? Sorry, guys. Now, I also just started doing something new where I'm actually doing a separate chart for multi-year so that it doesn't get all like jumbled up with the monthlies, the markups from the monthlies. So let's do that right now for this one. And then this is when last updated. See what I mean by jumbled up? I'm gonna have to clear all this stuff out. But this is basically, yeah, see there's a low in here. There's a low in here for like on a multi-year scale. It's drawn out here in 2026. And this was what, price swings. Price swings in usually bullish price swings, but price swings turn into bullish price swings there in 2024 into 2025. And then like look how it turned over in 2025. That's the rally turns over. So I'm not really super bullish on Tesla in 2025, guys. But long term, I'm a huge supporter of Tesla. I was recommending Tesla when it was down at $20. Before I was recommending it before they acquired, what was it, Solar City or something like that. When they were just like an energy company trying to make cars. $20, guys, and people following along rode that to 1,600. We got out at that point, you know. Or was it 2,400? God, it was so long ago. All right, so what else we got here? So yeah, in the next 5 years, it could, and if it did, it would be at like the end. It would probably be like the beginning of the following decade, so like 2030 or 2031 or something like that. Am I still expecting a dip in gold? If so, when and how much of a drop? Let's take a look. I think I answered this question on like one of the in real time, like on the Discord during the week. I'm pretty sure I was saying that the dip is out, but let me just double check on that. Gold we also cover on a monthly basis by the day, with day-by-day sequence of chart events, highs and lows. It's got a Discord channel, all that in the monthly access. If you're just hopping on, we're about to take a look at gold. So you can see here, these are like examples of the chart drawings that you get as part of monthly access. We've been pretty much on point with these guys. This one was we nailed it, but just a little bit on the edge. And this one's still probably coming into play. Yeah, that's my sense, is that we've got a dip here in early April. Especially because I'm picking up on this low at the end of the month. Obviously, we didn't see a low at the end of the month, but it's probably indicating that type of energy right there. Really, what I should have seen is that this was a high. That stone represents a high often. But the 31st, we should see decline. Looks like that's kind of what's taking place. And then we go into like a drop here in April. Advised to be cautious here. Overall, still bullish on gold though, and you can see that as reflected in it's likely to be, the April highs are likely to be highest highs thus far for the year. And also good places to close longs. I'm actually going to adjust this because we've already come up this high. And higher still in probably, it says looking at the wrong one. Possibly even higher at the very, very end of the month. Yeah. So this one I'm still pretty bullish on. But with the drop in there, and it might not be that much of a drop. Well, there's that unicursal. This prudence card is likely some sort of tricky drop. Yeah, be very, very careful there. I just pulled the Fool card on that one, so it could be a good opportunity. If you're just hopping on, guys, we covered SPY, we covered Bitcoin, QUBT, gold, Tesla. You can watch all of those when the video ends. You can go to the start of the video, the live stream video, and check out all that info if you're interested. I don't think it's going to be a huge drop, water art. Just like a good entry if you're looking to get in. The ES is currently 55.82, a bit lower than Friday's close. Are you expecting a bit of a rally in Globex, providing a flat or higher open? Separately, I think you are expecting SPY lows April 8th and 9th. Will 448 be revisited on those dates? Or is it the target low? Matter of fact, I'll come right back to that. Can I go over the first 2 weeks of April for SPY so we know the lows? Is it safe to go in big at those lows through May? It's pretty wild, guys, in Q2. Um, it just did it again. It's so annoying, so annoying. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but it's really wasting my time here. All right, so SPY. Yeah, there's some wild stuff going on, guys. We've got highs and lows like on top of each other. It's really, really tough to give you a sequence of events when you have a reading that's like highs and lows on top of each other, because it just becomes like when they're on top of each other, it's difficult to determine which one comes first, and that's what the whole sequence of events is about. What comes before what, right? Oh, this is the old one. Yikes! Forgot to erase that. I redid the April SPY just because it was the first one I did. After I'd done all of the equities, it made a lot more sense to go back and relook at it, and it became very different. But yeah, so we've got this peak that we sell off from here. It's probably the highest high thus far here on the second, but it's very, very risky because it's a move to the upside into a high and a sharp drop. Um, I would probably look to open up a long position here on the fourth. I'd open up a partial long position on the fourth just in case we open lower. I don't think we will on the seventh, but just to be clear, safe. Probably something like this. April lowest low thus far. LLTF. Open long. This P and the date, that's when when I actually put these notes in, so for my own reference, really. So probably that, but once we get like to like a day or two ahead of it, I might adjust the price level, but we're looking to enter in there and probably to exit out. Highest high thus far. So that would be a good place to exit along for a swing trade. But as far as like long-term plays, like you're looking for a place to enter into SPY for like a long-term move to the upside. Um, where's my 1 year? It is the April low. Yeah, the April low is a pretty significant opportunity. Um, I would want to get long and probably hold long into May. So to do that, you'd open up partial. Where'd it go? You'd open up partial here. Oh, that's off. That's off. Sorry, guys. This is totally off. This should be over here. And it's not a highest high period. It's a highest high thus far. So this should be down here. Something like that. And then here on the 8th, 9th. That's where you'd want to enter into multi-month long positions if you're looking to build a position. All right, what else we got? So yeah, I think it's safe to go in big, but I would just wait until after retrograde Mercury turns direct on, I believe it's the 7th. So that day on the 8th is likely where you want to do it. All right, let's get that last question and then I'm going to roll, my friends. I'll show you guys how to get these Discord live Discord trade alerts and TradingView chart links right after this. All right, so ES. Ugh, that's looking really ugly. Oof, that looks ugly. Yeah, we're probably going lower there. What's the question? I think we're probably going to see slightly lower to answer this question here. Will 548 be revisited on those dates, or is the target lower than 548? I would count, if you're looking for an exit or an entry, count on 548. Don't count on lower. It might go lower, but you know those are like those are variables. You want as concrete an exit as possible, rather than trying to wing it. It's the wrong time to be like in your head thinking, what should I do next? You know. Because if we did go, it would probably be down to like 541. Maybe not quite. Like 5451. Yeah, maybe. Let's see what the cards have to say. I think we probably do go lower, but it's hard to say at this juncture without the cards. Let's see. Yeah, we go lower, and there's a fast sudden move higher out of lower levels. And it looks like we probably do go down to that 5. Let me mark it off. Roughly there. Anybody that's new to the channel, red ellipses, generally that's where I see a reversal to the upside, or a point at which we decline into. Usually it's a reversal to the upside, but the point is we expect the price level to be in there, and that'll be like an entry for a longer position. Let me just double check what the cards have to say there. Yeah. Big opportunity at that price level. Big move to the upside out of it. So I would open up long here. I believe it was April 3rd, but let me double check. Yeah, no, it's April 1st. April 1st, yeah. So there's some sort of like, likely to be some sort of like gap or like a big move, something improbable that creates an opportunity. It's often not recognizable until it happens, like trying to predict exactly what happens. With just the full card, there's so many possibilities that a full card could like be. It's like the wild card almost, But what it's saying is that there's an opportunity there within some really improbable behavior. So in real time on the 1st, just get on the Discord Gold channel as part of monthly access. Ask away. We'll figure out what to do next. All right, guys, this is the last question. Will NVIDIA go to 90.95 in April? Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, I got a yes for that. And it's a full card opportunity as well. All right, my friends, with that said, I'm going to roll. This was a regularly scheduled live stream. We do these every Sunday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we get on a little bit later, but between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. And we're doing these sporadically throughout the week. The 2 ways that you can get access to ask questions: join the YouTube channel Tarot for Traders as a supporter. $50 a month gets you to ask questions on the live chat. Or you can go to our website, Tarot for Traders, and subscribe to one of our paid subscriptions. And that's where you get the game-changing services. You should not be trading this information without this stuff. You go to hover over order now, click on subscriptions, and you got these 3 subscriptions here. Early access gets you all of the S&P 500 stuff, the day trades, the swing trades, chart drawings, and the earliest access you can get to any of our public posts that come out on YouTube. Monthly access, you get the day-by-day sequence of chart events like this. For all of these crypto and ticker, it's like the QUBT, the gold reading, the Bitcoin reading. Those are all examples of monthly access predictions. And then total access, these are getting filled in. A lot of these have information, a lot of these don't. But these are 1-year readings for 2025. It gets you access to basically everything on the website. Any longer term chart behavior, ellipses, trades, stuff like that, and a Discord channel, alert channel for all of these as well. 100, 300, 500 a month. All prices are going up, my friends. Get them at that price while you can, because it'll stay that way for the lifetime of your subscription. Much love and appreciation. Blessings to all my angel investors. I will see you guys